Hello, my name is Bradley Asbury. Now I have made this Dark Knight Batsuit, and in this video I'm going to show you how I made it. I'm going to first show you all the materials it took to make this guy. Just so you know, it takes a lot of material to make a Batsuit. This is probably only half of what I actually used. Like I said, it takes a lot of materials to make this suit. Now I'm going to show you how I made the undersuit for it.
In order to get my body dimensions for the undersuit, I've cut out a shirt here, half of it. I'll use that for the top half. And I've cut out a pair of jeans as well. As you can see, I cut along here, and I'll cut along here. And I'll sew these together to make one piece. Both these clothing items are tight-fitting, so the entire piece will be relatively tight-fitting on me. This is the material I'm using for the Batsuit. It's a two-layer material consisting of this front and this back. And it's what's known as spacer mesh. That's what I could find the name of it on the internet. But the only place I could find it was SeattleFabrics.com, which I'll provide a link in the description. I already cut out some right now, and with the assistance of my girlfriend over here, also known as Catwoman, we're about finishing up on the Batsuit, or at least the tracing of it. We'll sew it later. This is the completed undersuit with all the pieces sewn in now. I got a zipper back here so I can get in and out of it.
The undersuit took a lot of time and trial and error, but it was definitely worth it. Now I'll show you how I made these awesome gauntlets.
Paper template using my own arm as a guide. Then I use that to cut the rubber. I'm using a shin guard as the armor. I've turned that shin guard into this shin guard just by using a seam ripper and removing all the padding. Most shin guards are held together with thread, so it's really easy to get apart. I've also did some sanding to it just to remove the DS sign and to remove all the rough spots on it as well.
After I cut out the rubber, I then had Velcro applied to it so I can get in and out of the gauntlets easily. As you'll see in later pictures, I actually added on to that pointed area of it.
I've now attached these two pieces here and this shin guard to this rubber piece. About to put on the fins.
If you look back here on these two spots, you'll notice a seam. Well, that's because I didn't make those one piece. I had to apply this aluminum backing to it to give it support.
I now have hot glued these fins onto it. Feels very much like Batman doing this. Very much so. And these are the gauntlets after paint. Cut these in. Added that.
I'm not completely satisfied with these gauntlets, so I'll make some better ones some other time. But now I'm going to show you how I made the shoulder pieces here.
For the shoulder armor, what I'm going to use are these knee pads here and these skateboarding recaps. And apply them like this. And I'm going to cut around here. I'm going to use this grinder here to shape these knee pads so that the recaps will fit properly. Just let you know when you're doing this, it's a filthy job. I've got black rubber all over me. It's pretty bad. I mean, look at this right here. This right here is supposed to be that color right there. It's gotten everywhere. On this cooler, on this truck. It's just pretty bad. So remember, wear eye protection. This is the knee pad after I used the grinder to it. As you can see, I've lowered its level a little bit on it. Did it all the way around. And this is what it looks like after it's glued to the recap. This is the finished shoulder armor. I added that and 2 pieces of Velcro inside, painted it black. Looks pretty good. And this is the final assembly for the shoulder. This is a shoulder piece there. It comes off with Velcro. And that's the arm armor. And these are just straps that I've sewn down Put some Velcro there. That's all that is. I didn't do one on the back because it wouldn't fit very well, and you never see it anyways. So that looked pretty good.
That was a messy job, but they turned out okay. And now I'm going to show you how I made this awesome cape.
You couldn't already tell, this cape is freaking huge. This over here is one curtain, and this over here is another curtain that my girlfriend sewed together, and this down here is scrap from those two curtains sewn in. Now, I put 1/4-ounce sinkers down here at the tips of the cape to help stabilize this cape when I'm walking. Up here, I cut the neck out, put Velcro here to attach to me, put Velcro here to attach to this pole, because this pole will walk around with you when you're walking, and it's very annoying. Like I said, this is a giant cape.
I really do like this cape. Now, making these armor pieces was no easy task.
Here's the template for the abdominal section. Made this template using the nice full-scale Batman cutout I have. Since the cutout is exactly my size pretty much, transferring the pattern to this piece of paper was really simple and helped a lot. Using paper templates as reference, I traced them out onto steel and cut them. Then I sand them down. Now I use the same paper templates to trace onto the rubber, cut that rubber out. Then I glue them together to make one piece. I sand each piece of aluminum with this oil sander that I've rigged to this vise. Then I clean each surface with rubbing alcohol, because a good clean surface is one that will stick. Here's some of the armor plates for the abdominal section of the bat suit. I'm just going to explain to you how these are made. Bottom layer is rubber, on top of that is the aluminum, and on top of that, which is going to be the accent color, which is another piece of aluminum. That's all that is.
Now this is what I did before I put on those armor pieces.
I've added all of these, and this guy here. Past experiences have taught me to add this guy here. Very handy.
Now I made a mistake here. A very bad mistake. See the angle that this piece is in? Well, there's a problem. It's actually supposed to be at this angle, so this is what I did.
To fix that problem, I put this patch underneath the suit.
It's pretty noticeable looking at it like this, but when you put the other piece of armor on, it's hardly noticeable at all.
Okay, I've been using this PVC cement for almost the entire suit, applying all the armor pieces, and it is probably the most toxic smelling stuff I've ever seen. As a safety warning, I would suggest using this stuff in a well-ventilated area, because this stuff doesn't make you high, it just kills you. This zip tie here is to help me get in and out of this thing, because it's a pain.
Now when you're using armor pieces like these, it's important to keep a few things in mind. These aluminum armor pieces do not flex, and that can create a lot of problems and not just a movement.
What I'm talking about is this. You want to glue these pieces on flat, but when you get into the suit, the flat pieces are going to want to bend to the curvature of your body. Now, when those pieces are wanting to bend, they're going to want to separate from the suit. So it's important to apply heavy amounts of glue so they don't. And also prematurely curve the pieces. That will help. Because obviously, the curvature is very, very severe.
It's very difficult using the armor like I am. And now, I'm going to show you how I made this chest piece here. I first cut out a paper template of the shape that I wanted the chest piece to be in.
I cut out 2 pieces of foam in the shape of the chest piece. I'll stick these together with glue and make one big piece. After some trial and error, this is the finished foam piece that I've come up with. Here we have the chest piece with the lower armor plate attached. All this is rubber. I'll trim this and make it look nice and neat. This entire time I've used the chest piece, like when I bonded the two foam pads together, put this on here, I've been using a headliner adhesive. Only thing I could find that actually sticks to this foam really well. Goop and Universal Cement does not stick too well at all. So now I'll trim it up and you'll see the results. There we go, that's the lower half. Now I'm ready to apply some aluminum up here. I've traced and cut out paper templates for this entire chest piece. I'll use these paper templates as a template for the aluminum. Traced out the templates onto this aluminum. I cut some out, and this will go directly onto the chest piece. Before I glue this aluminum onto the chest piece, I'm using this Dremel to make sure that this metal fits perfectly onto the chest piece. Here's the middle bat symbol for the chest piece. It was absolutely ridiculous to make. This is what we had to do to it.
I had to heat it up, hammer it, heat it up some more, hammer it some more, heat some more, and hammer it more.
Here's my chest piece. I've sanded it and removed all the rough spots from it. As you can see, it's aluminum all the way around, except for a few spots where the foam does stick out. And this is the finished chest piece. For the accent colors there, I used Krylon hammered finish paint. This is the upper chest and neck area. This is the chest, this is the neck. The chest piece will lay just like this. I had to do it this way, as in, this right here, because there's a gap between me and the chest piece when I put it on.
This chest piece took a lot of time and a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it. Now I'm going to show you a few of the miscellaneous things that I'm using on this suit.
This is the belt I'm using. It's an adult toy replica you can get off of Amazon or whatever. I've added pouches to it, like this here will hold my wallet. Back here, just a flashlight. Over here, this pouch will hold my phone, and I got a big old knife on it. The original one comes with Velcro, and I don't like that, so I've added this big old buckle here. You can get this buckle from Walmart, and I just added straps to it here. That's all I did to that. These are the motorcycle gloves you can get at Walmart. See how it's got these knuckle pads here? Well, I want that. Well, I'm gonna get rid of these. And now that's what they look like. Look really good. These are my boots. I got these boots off a Medieval Collectibles website.
It's also important not to forget this cowl. This cowl I got a Fanny Universe Creations, and it is an excellent cowl. Because this top hat and these armor neck plates, very well made, and I highly recommend it.
Here's a closer look at the cowl. Like I said, it is very well made, very movie accurate, and it comes in 2 pieces, and it comes with a stand too.
I'd just like to give a big thanks to my mom, my dad, and my now fiance for helping make this suit, and for their patience in all of this. That's right, I said fiance, so you should check out that video because I proposed to her in this. Now, thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope I inspired the creators of some more awesome bat suits out there. Thank you.